What are the awkward parts of sex that no one really talks about? Back in my hookup days, I was never really sure how to ask if she was planning to spend the night if we hooked up at my place, or if she expected me to stay the night if at her place. It was especially awkward on a weeknight when I had to be at work in the morning. The smell. Not sex smell, but sweat and cramped moisture smell. Needing to go wash when your body is literally too crashed to ever wanna move, so you contemplate the concepts of life and death. Wanting to shift positions, but your partner is still very much enjoying this one. You don't wanna be an asshole and cut her fun, but you can't keep this up much longer. The dehydration. Awkwardly shuffling over to the tissues at the side of the bed when you're done. When giving head, your jaws starts to cramp, but you don't want to interrupt his flow. The bed noises travel further than expected. If you do it on a waterbed, Newton has a message for you. The whole first time. I hope to never see that girl again. I'm still embarrassed 10 years later. Dave Attell has a great joke for that. Something like, don't you wish you could go back and have sex to the first person you did it with just to show them how good got at it? Hey, look who's not crying. Over a towel, and readjusting it occasionally to make sure that the bed doesn't get too soaked. Mattress protector. Everyone should have one anyway, but keeps the sex stank out of the mattress. I have what might be a unique one. I have a cochlear implant, and the awkward part is me trying to be in the moment and give him a blowjob, and he keeps knocking my cochlear implant off, holding onto my hair. Really pushes my multitasking abilities trying to keep my implant on while having his dick in my mouth. My boyfriend was kneeled over me while I laid on the bed, and he throat f***ed me. He didn't wipe well enough the last time he used the restroom. It was a shitty experience. Pun intended. My husband has recently been farting every time he has an orgasm, so that's something. In this thread, literally every minor detail of sex. Apparently all of sex is awkward. The dog that tries to get in on the action. The amount of cleanup that is necessary. My boyfriend comes a lot. After the first time we had sex, I was walking down his stairs and a flood was unleashed down my legs. I had to awkwardly tell him that I needed to go back upstairs to clean up again before I could go home. Last night, after clean up, I came back to bed and cuddled up. A few minutes later I sneezed and squirted out a little more on the sheets. I was back up and in the bathroom in seconds. So much clean up. When he's the only one to finish and you feel awkward asking him to do more for you to finish too. I'm also feel awkward asking Misa to stop. I don't think they fully grasp it isn't always going to happen, and it usually has nothing to do with them. This will probably get buried, but I wanted to share the tale. My boyfriend and I both cook for a living. This happened a few years ago at the beginning of our relationship. He had been working and came over to my house after his shift. We were doing our thing and his hands were in my pants. When things started to heat up, I started feeling a weird tingling down there that I've never experienced before. At first I thought it was my head playing tricks on me. Then before I could piece together what was actually happening, I threw him off of me. My hoo-ha was burning. As I was sprinting to the bathroom I thought, wait. As I'm straddling the faucet the best way I can, he comes in to check on me. I ask him what kind of peppers he was prepping today. Oh shit. My friends called me pepper pussy for the rest of that summer. Please make sure the capsaicin is off of your hands before you fondle any bits. People. When you are sweating profusely over your partner. When she goes down to unbutton your pants but she has to figure out how to get the fanny pack off first. When he's trying to put it in you in the dark and hits your asshole instead of your pussy. Hey, any virgins reading this looking for advice? Let her guide the guy's junk in. Trust me, she knows better than you do where to go, and you'll spend less awkward or even painful time getting on target. Trying to reposition while not catching her hair, you dare my load-bearing hands. Or when the sheets are slick and you can't find your rhythm because your legs are sliding back like a dog dragging belly across the floor. When the dog jumps up on the bed without you noticing until his cold wet nose is sniffing your asshole. Sucking a nipple and getting a hair in your mouth. The awkward stuff is the best. I have two single beds next to each other to make a king or queen size, not sure which one it is, and while we were busy, the beds started to separate and we fell in between, getting stuck. I tried squirming back up while we were both laughing, which made getting back up even harder. Man, the awkwardness is great. I love the string of inevitable queefs you get after doggy style. Yup. My husband always pulls out way too fast to change positions, so naturally everything fills up with air. Now when we are going to change positions, I say remember the correct dismount procedure, so he doesn't make me queef. People, not marriage sex, but honestly we love each other and have seen pretty much everything that like mare. There's not embarrassment or awkwardness anymore. It's just fun and we can laugh and enjoy ourselves. Dismount procedure is slowly pulling out to give the vagina, which is very elastic, a chance to go back to its normal shape. Not like super slow, but also not just yanking it out in a split second. If you go too fast, you're basically creating a huge vacuum that will of course fill up with air. This is what works for me, but all bodies are different. Also, yes, queefs are funny, but also being full of air can be super uncomfortable, especially if you keep going with sex after, so I try to avoid it. Banging on an empty stomach after a few beers and hearing the slosh 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 of the liquid in your stomachs bouncing around. Queefs, farts, strange noises, banging your heads into things, getting the wrong hole, missing the hole entirely, how wet everything gets, and that odd time when you or your partners find something funny and have to laugh. Chest farts. They always cause some laughing, which is nice because it makes it tighter until you resume. When you think your period ended 2 days ago, but when the lights come on, the bed looks like it's straight out of a slasher film. The general rule is dick will start your period up to 2 days early and clean out the leftovers up to 2 days after. The weird smells. Not bad sometimes, just weird. The funny noises, what can causing both of you to laugh to the point you can't finish or kills the mood. Sometimes you just can't hard, she can't get wet. When you first start dirty talking. You like that. You retard. You little shit-eating goblin. You kiss your mom with those balls. Trying to find your underwear in the sheets. If your partner ejaculates in you, it's got to go somewhere, often where gravity takes it. Frequently this happens immediately after sex. Often it happens the next day while you're at work speaking to Jackie from procurement about cost savings measures and quote comparisons. When they whisper something dirty but you don't quite catch it and have to go huh. When he's cleaning his spunk off your back tummy, and doesn't realize how far it traveled, so you have to tell him he's missed a spot. What do you mean it hit the TV? Fumbling around trying to find a condom. Nose whistling. You have to warm it up first before nasal sex takes place. The cum walk over to the toilet. Trying to take pants off while wearing skinny jeans. I have yet to unlock the secret of how to actually make this sexy, and it always take me an uncomfortably long amount of time to get them off lol. Clean up after. Hand me something. Tosses shirt. The cuddling afterwards being interrupted by the crap I have to go pee now thought. 10 minutes standing over a toilet trying to pee. Same for girls. Praying to pee, otherwise for the next whole week you'll pay. I'm a 25-year-old virgin. This thread is great to read. Thanks. When you start having sex in the middle of a movie, and you have to get up mid-sex to turn off the TV lol. Oddly specific, I know, but this is something that has happened multiple times. Especially when it's a horror movie. Shit is distracting. Getting cramp in my thigh during the thrusting. Making my leg shoot out to one side. Stiff. Gets tangled in the sheets. With wifey thinking this is a new ride, going nuts for more under me. Still connected. Screaming in agony trying to get the sheets off my foot. More tangled. Try to roll off. Wife sticking with it, yelling for more. Leg now got a life of its own, finds a foothold on the floor and stands me up out of the bed. Sheets still entangled. Agony. Wife dragging me back. Bedding wraps around both of us and we both end up on the floor screaming. Her because it's unfinished business. Me because my still straight leg is now wrapped inextricably around the lampstand, which has fallen over onto me, and the light bulb is singing my chest hair. Dating a squirter is great fun except for the mattress stains. Get a mattress pad or put out some towels. It's not fun explaining it to a new partner. That moment when you have to put a condom on and either go look for it when other person is waiting or he just put it and you stare. I never know when to pay. When you stop crying. When a funny sound happens as a consequence of physical contact. Like if I'm sucking her titties and the suction accidentally makes a fart sound. Or the thrusting of my dick makes a fart sound. We both heard it, but we're both trying not to laugh because we don't want to kill the mood. Speaking of laughing, when a woman laughs while I'm still inside her, my dick feels like it's gonna retract into my stomach. When you come first and have to make small talk while the rest of the orgy finishes up. You just cheer on and offer advice to the other participants. Great rhythm, Greg. Samantha. He likes it when you tickle his asshole, not actually finger it. Can we get a spotter for Luke and Jessica? When you pull a hamstring mid-stroke. As if a stroke wasn't bad enough. This would be a lot sexier if I could deal with the fact that I sort of have to pee. Except I'm so comfortable. I don't want to get up. This is the weekend FFS. Why is it so early? I could handle fooling around at this hour, but not getting out of bed. Ideally we'd just go back to sleep for like even just half an hour. Then I'd get up to use the washroom. Then I'd come back and we'd nap for 10 more minutes of glorious weekend sleepy kinda horny relaxer. Oh, we're doing this now apparently. Quote.